Rachel Zegler has been an absolute disaster for the Walt Disney Company and for Hollywood at large. She herself, by herself, is cratering the movie industry. And yet, someone out there, a celebrity from Disney itself, has decided they'd like to insert himself into the story. It's John Boyega, and this time, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, even George Lucas must be saying, oh boy, why did we ever get tangled up with this crazy guy? Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we never disparage our fans, unlike John Boyega, who is playing the victim card hard and trying to slime the very people who supported him for so long. A line in the sand has been crossed, and John Boyega is very cross with the people who gave him hard-earned dollars and support. Today we'll tell you why he may have actually gone beyond ZEGLER. Folks, click the like button, and here we go. Out of Variety by Zach Scharf, John Boyega says Star Wars is so white that a black person existing in it is a big deal. Toxic fans are okay with us playing the friend, but we can't touch their heroes. John Boyega called out Star Wars for being so white during an interview as part of the new Apple TV Plus original documentary, #1 on the call sheet. Boyega debuted as Finn in Star Wars The Force Awakens. Well, you all know that. I'm not going to read that. Here's what it says. He says, let me tell you, Star Wars always had the vibe of being in the most whitest elite space. Yeah, all those Star Wars nerds back in the 80s, man. They were always, everybody in society said, Star Wars fans are real elite. It's a franchise that's so white that a black person existing in it was something, he said. You can always tell it's something when some Star Wars fans try to say, well, we had Lando and we had Samuel L. Jackson. It's like telling me how many cookie chips are in the cookie dough. It's like they just scattered that in there, bro. Take that, George Lucas. Boy, this guy's making all kinds of fans. They're okay with us playing the best friend, but once we touch their heroes, once we lead, once we trailblaze, it's like, oh my God, it's just a bit too much. They're pandering, the actor added, while also acknowledging that being cast in the franchise was a fundamental moment in his career. By the way, I think it's the only moment in his career. He's really not done anything else. Here's what I would say about this story, and this goes on and on and on. You know, he attacked Disney in the past, and Disney deserved it because they shrunk his image on the poster. Disney also gave him nothing to work with. It was a horribly written character, but the fans were with him the whole way. The fans said from the very beginning that he should have been the star. He should have been the Jedi. He should have had this great character arc. They did him dirty, and fans defended him a time and time again and again. And he comes out and he slimes fans. John Boyega, ladies and gentlemen, has gone full Rachel Zegler. It was unprovoked. It was unnecessary. It was unneeded. And it was opposed to reality itself. Fans loved this guy. And he slimed them in return. I think he's full Zegler. I think his career is done. I think Disney's done with him. I think he's maligned George Lucas. I think he's maligned the people who would buy the tickets to go see him. I think Jonas is so offended he had to get out of here. Mike, what say you about Mr. Boyega?
Man, this guy's got his anger misplaced in the wrong direction. I mean, here's the thing with this guy. This guy, here's what he's probably mad about. He's probably mad about that he doesn't have a lot of marquee parts. He's probably mad about his career. He's probably mad that the amount of money he's not making in the feature films and TV shows that he's not in. And what does he choose to do? Does he choose to criticize the producers, the film studio, and others that made this happen? No. He chooses to go after the entire Star Wars fandom, from what I see, apparently. I mean, get the heck out of here. I mean, I could have sworn people like me, people like you, people like on this panel, people like that are in this live chat, we're all intrigued with the idea of what could have been an amazing story arc of a stormtrooper who refuses the evil ways of the Empire, finds within himself inspiration and a calling to the Force and the and the true way of light to become perhaps a Jedi or something.
Instead, he smooched Rose Tico, and it scrambled his brain ever since, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Well, truth be told, I mean, John Boyega would have been a great Jedi in the Star Wars trilogy, but a Mexican Iron Man had simply been a handy worker on one of those cruisers. I probably would have smooched with her too. So, I don't, yeah. But
A moisture farmer, I believe you're saying you would be.
that's why I'm wearing my ranch hat today.
There you go. There you go.
Today I'm a rabbit chicken wrangler and a tortilla farmer from South Carolina.
John Boyega, what he's done. So he told the truth originally. He was mad at Disney because, they had put over Finn as if he was going to be the next big thing in the Star Wars universe, and then immediately did one of those J.J. Abrams bait and switches. Oh, you thought this was the Jedi? Nope. It's this girl who has nothing to do with this story. Everybody bought into the idea of like Mike said, a stormtrooper becomes a Jedi, seeks out Luke Skywalker, becomes trained in the ways of the Force, and then battles back against the Empire, the dark side, whatever you have it.
Hey, Marvin, was he the first thing we saw in the original trailer for Force Awakens?
He was one of the first. He was the first thing. Yeah, we saw him pop up wearing the stormtrooper outfit, and then we saw him
he was the main character.
Everybody did. Okay. Everybody did. And the media tried to make a thing like, oh, people are being like weird about race and stuff like that, but they weren't. Everybody was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Let's see where it goes. And then when he gives that big noble sacrifice at the end of The Force Awakens, and he gets basically his spine severed, and he ends in a coma, everyone's like, oh man, I remember I said, I can't wait for episode 8 when Finn is going to wake up in some big dramatic moment and save everybody. And they turned it into a butt joke. Oh, look, there's his butt.
Well, that's Ryan Johnson for you. That's Ryan Johnson for you.
Got to subvert those expectations, like the expectation that it's going to be a fun movie.
Well, so he didn't change his tune on Disney until 2023 when they announced the Rey movie, and then all of a sudden it was, oh, they're not so bad. Come on, guys, Finn, don't we love Finn? He is basically the equivalent of Ray Fisher, aka Kryborg, in torpedoing his own career with his big stupid mouth.
Hey, Culture, has he gone full Zegler? Like, has he damaged himself now to the point that, at least for the next 5 years, nobody really wants him for a major role? Blockbusters don't call.
Oh, he's look, his career's over. I mean, one of the Mike's 100% right. One of the things that I think he's realized is he doesn't have a future. He doesn't have a future in Hollywood. I mean,
he has Star Wars.
Well, consider that he went out and tried to, he had a first look deal and a studio deal with Netflix, and that did not work out well for him. When you look at the things he's been involved in over the course of his career, he really hasn't done a lot. For somebody who should have had a big time Hollywood career, right now, probably ZEGLER, is probably having a better career than he is at the moment. And hers is over almost completely. I can't imagine him getting back into with a big studio because the last thing you want to do is attack all of the studios. The last thing you want to do is attack any studio, especially the ones you've worked with, because the other studios are going to look at you and go, "Wait a minute, you are biting the hand that feeds you." I mean, these are the people that paid you.
Yeah,
and you're going after him.
He's attacking George Lucas too, right? Because he's claiming this was such a white property that, it was like chocolate chips sprinkled sparsely in the cookie dough. The thing to me on this one is John Boyega hasn't done anything but Star Wars. Oh, Mike, you're receiving some chips, Mike. Mike,
like chips.
Careful. Take a look.
Grab the chips.
How'd
that work?
Shake hands. John Boyega is... he's taking his career because he doesn't have a career, as you said, Culture. And the thing here is that because of that, I think he's decided perhaps that if he can't play a character, he'll play the victim. I want to be victimized so badly that I have millions and millions and millions of dollars from Disney. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
I would love that.
What do you think?
I don't understand what the timing is of these comments. It's interesting. I mean, he does get his name into the news because there is no other way that I know of that his name is getting into the news. I haven't heard him. I'm assuming he's maybe done some, B movie type things in the last several years. And by the way, again, I was rooting for him in the Star Wars franchise. Go ahead, Marvin.
What wasn't he in that super offensive historic rewrite, The Woman King?
Yes.
Oh,
how much money did that make again?
No, that was the lady from How to Get Away with Murder. That's a different person.
No.
What?
I'm not saying he was the Woman King. He's in it.
He's in the movie.
It's not nothing I would have certainly watched.
Yeah, no, I mean he's been in nothing anybody saw. I mean, it's a shame.
No, I'm saying that was Viola Davis. That was totally
no, but he was in that movie with her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
You know, and I mean he had a building career, and then he didn't anymore. I mean, I think he was in Pacific Rim Uprising.
Right, because he's playing like Idris Elba's son or something in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then from that point forward, nothing anybody saw.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say I think Disney is actually the one that is to blame for his lack of a career right now, because of his most well-known line in any of those films right here is him shouting Ray over and over again.
Yeah.
And then
I think Culture's going to have to. Culture, can you replicate the line for us, please?
We don't.
Ray!
There you go. Or the fact that he was going to tell Ray something, which was probably, by the way, I'm really into you, which it seemed like he was since the first film. And then they forgot to put it in to Rise of Skywalker. This is a person who could have had an amazing career, and he got shafted by Disney. And now the only thing that he can make money doing is working for Disney. So he needs to toe the line. I don't know what they've got in the water over there at Lucasfilm, but I think they're the ones telling people they're no. We know Star Wars fans better than anyone else, which is obvious from the box office of these Star Wars movies, right? They're the ones telling them, hey, you need to know that you shouldn't go talk to the fans. You shouldn't be the one to go out there and address this, because all of them are really horrible people. I think that Lucasfilm themselves are probably poisoning the well for all of the actors who work on Star Wars projects.
Well, I've got a different thought on this. Let me hand it to Mike real quick. First, Marvin, give me your thoughts on it, and then I'll give my opposing view.
Oh, I was just going to give a very quick aside that my favorite Finn line is when he calls Captain Phasma Chrome Dome, as if we're in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. But that's also the movie in which we had a Your Mother joke in Star Wars.
Yeah. It was a great film. And it's going so well for them. Russian trolls, we must all be. Hey, Mike, I think what's happening here is that Boyega, he made besties again with Disney when he thought there was a Rey movie coming and he could be in it. And I'm thinking that it's looking less and less likely there's going to be a Rey movie behind the scenes. And I think that's why now he's switched and he's going to go on the attack, because otherwise I don't see why you want to be a ZEGLER. So, Mike, what's going on with these celebrities pulling a ZEGLER and attacking not just fans, but society? Like, how does that work out business-wise for them?
Well, it's going to work out the same way that if I don't get my Culture Casino chips, I'm going to go Rachel Zegler on Culture Casino.
Do you want the barbecue version or the sour cream and onion?
Yeah, except I'm going to do it in Spanish. No, on a serious note, I think you're 100% right. I think what's happened is that opportunities have dried up, and he doesn't know where else to place his emotional energy. And he also doesn't know what to do. I mean, he clearly isn't getting any leadership from his PR team or from his agent. There's no opportunities in the wings. And I think, when that happens, the best thing you can do, guys like this that aren't strong men are going to resort to the path of least woke resistance, which means that if he has to blame Star Wars fans like Rachel Zegler does to make himself seem more Disney-like, well, then he's going to do what? He's going to act like a Disney frickin' Star Wars princess, which is what he's doing. He's acting literally like a Disney whining Star Wars princess.
A scruffy nerf herder, if I ever saw one. By the way, let's get a nerf herder on here who knows a lot about John Boyega and has a lot to say about him. Folks, he's incredibly strong, but his mind is even more capable. It's Kevin Apollo. Welcome, sir.
First of all, nerf herder, that's our word.
Whoa.
Kevin, what do you got to say about John Boyega? Because you've been in the
hard R on nerf herder.
You've been in the back room saying that you got some stuff. What stuff you got?
I missed the first half of the conversation. I apologize. Meetings went long, but I get it. He has been sitting on the sidelines, not doing anything after he made a buffoon of himself in 2020, screaming in Britain for no reason. Like Britain's racial problems were the exact same thing as the American racial problems and not totally different, divergent stories.
Kevin, they're banning sporks in the UK, I hear now. Sporks are going to be banned.
I don't listen. It's ninja swords. Next, we're going to brand tree branches. It's a whole different discussion for another time, but it's also symptomatic of what's going on.
Don't make me laugh when I'm drinking. I took a sip of coffee as you said that. You got me.
I get it. He wants to go back to work, and he decided that he needed to go bend the knee. He clearly doesn't believe this because we watched him temper tantrum and tear Disney a new hole for doing what they did to him. They promised us a Jedi who happened to be black. Instead, they turned him into a glorified janitor who was a simp for a girl who had no interest in him. And then every time an international poster came out, the closer that poster was to China, the more itty bitty bitty he became. So now, he said something he felt in his heart, and he was punished for it mightily. And now he's doing everything he can to crawl himself out of the hole by attacking the people who supported him when Disney was filleting him. Because if you can say anything about the sequel trilogy, it's that Finn was done dirty and they should have done more with him. So now you're going to go tell everybody who has been championing you that they're all racist and istophobes and all the other boring stuff that we still do, like it's still 2020, and you're going to expect a positive result. First of all, I get it. I know Apple TV is supposed to be popular. I don't actually know anybody who has it. So why you are going to go sell your soul on a silly documentary that's still too busy race baiting? When everybody is done with this anyway, no one wants to hear it. No one cares anymore. The only thing that's going to get any attention is if you're blue and have 3 eyes, or if you're green and have 3 boobs. No one cares anymore. No one cares.
I think you're describing a cartoon from the early 80s. Hey, Kevin, question though. Why, if you're Boyega and if your career's done, why would you not aim this at the Chinese? They're the ones that Disney felt like they had to shrink him on the poster. Americans love this guy when he was playing Finn. We wanted him to get the win. We were angry the way they did him. Why did they do this?
Isn't that the $1 million question? We get it. Hollywood chose to sell its soul to China, and of course, China has reaped the benefits of it, and Hollywood is too busy being on the balls of its tuchus and late to the party to realize that they should have been listening to everybody telling them don't go down this path, right? Because now China's out here making $1 billion without them. China is sabotaging every movie that comes their way. And they've actually turned rejecting American projects into a nationalist movement. Okay, you wanted to play with fire. I do not pity the arson who gets burned in their own flame. Good for you. You got what you deserve. But yeah, Boyega, if you want to show real courage, you should be saying, hey, Disney, why did you bow down to China? China, why do you seem to have major umbrage with black people? What is going on? How many black people are actually in China for you to actually have this issue? The
crickets, Kevin. That's never asked. It's never said. Go ahead,
I can back Kevin up. Guess how many Mexicans there are in my part of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina?
Mike, we got to fix that. We got to find you a smoking hot Mexican lady. Although I thought you were after the Colombians.
No. The last thing I need is a Mexican girlfriend in my life. No.
All right. I'm gonna keep him away. I'm gonna get over there and we'll put signs up. He can't make an enchilada. He's not a taco man anymore. Mike is clearly too busy to notice what we just said. All right.
I didn't understand the joke. I'm like listening to you. I'm like, I don't get it. What do you mean?
I don't want to explain that joke.
If I can, on top of what Kev just said, they pandered to China so hard, and now China is completely rejecting them and being like, hey, thanks for all the money and all the pandering you've done all these years. We're going to make our own movies now and make it a national, act of patriotism to not see your movies.
Well, I just want to give him credit because at a time when I thought nobody could out ZEGLER, John Boyega found a way into the news cycle. So for that, I salute you. That's right. Hold my beer. I'll attack George Lucas. It is such fun getting to spend time together, folks, but we have come to the end of yet another video, well, that makes the mainstream scratch their heads, pull their hair out, and wonder, how is it we continue to do what we do? But you know what we do this for? It's for you. To keep bringing all the knowledge of entertainment, explaining what's going on in Hollyweird each and every day. And you can help us continue on that way by clicking the like button, share, subscribe, Click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. Share this out on your favorite social media platforms, and we would love to have you drop a comment right on down below. Share your thoughts because, well, your thoughts truly do matter, and we mean it. As we get ready to say goodbye, we end with the common refrain. Folks, wherever you are, and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water.
Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun.
Want it all, so I give them cannonball. Yeah.
Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio.
Arizona. Pineapple pizza, Hawaiian ice freeze, yeah. Can't wait to be up. 3 days of you and me.
What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.